Well, full transparency, this will be one of the tours where we will hopefully break even on.
All right.
um,
Well, I mean, even if you
but
break even on it,
there's
you're going to
no
be in
way
Europe for 6 weeks.
I would never be able to afford to travel like this without music. So yes, very much a privilege. But then there's a lot of stuff that the people don't talk about, which is just trying to maintain a five-way plus relationship, for months at a time, uh, having no access to clean laundry half the time or showers, uh, or food, especially after a show when you have no crew, because you can't afford crew, you've got to do it all yourself, and then
And it's
there's
1
no
a.m.
and there's nothing open to eat. Um, and you know, the merch cuts, and there's times where the guarantees are too low for you to cover costs for that day, or you're doing a routing show where it's kind of a B market, it's not an A market, so necessarily the turnout won't be super great, but at least you're making some money just to keep going. And then you get sick, and then you don't sleep, and I I feel like even now I'm not doing a great job of describing how difficult it can be. And that,
I get like destroyed by traveling for work for like 3 days.
yeah,
You know,
honestly, man,
now
me too. It breaks you down after a while, and um, even though, hey, man, I love making music like so much. It's literally who I am and in my soul. The traveling like that on the seat of your pants, being very insecure with your surroundings, um, not being in a place where all of your preferences are and your stuff is that's the stuff that's really hard for me.
yeah,
Um,
I my routine is super important to me.
yeah,
And if it
yeah,
gets thrown off at all, even at home, like it stresses me out. And on the road, it's like throw all that out the window. It's like you do whatever you can do in the moment and make the most of it. And just that's the best you can do.
right, yeah, yeah. Some people are a lot better at that than others too. Some people are a lot
Yeah.
better at the drifter lifestyle. Um,
I mean, that's really what it is.
it is.
You're a fucking professional drifter. You
Yeah,
just get to go on stage and play guitar for half an
it's
hour every
it's
night.
true, man. And in some ways, that's the most amazing thing ever. But it certainly doesn't give you a lot of security and solid ground to stand on a lot of the time. And um, yeah, some nights are just really hard, and rationalizing doing this indefinitely as I enter my, my 30s and beyond, it's scary. And I wonder how long is this sustainable, and how long can I keep this up, and what would I be doing if I can't? What
Right.
Because this is I've put it all into this, and
Well, you're a good
you
communicator.
know what I
You
mean?
could have any other like white collar office job if you wanted
I
to.
could. And that's the where my privilege is coming in, because I don't want to do that. I still want to be able to make music and
Yeah.
and
But
make
you
that
could,
into
and
a living, and
there's some people who can't. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Some people in music that
right.
it's like this is your only like you're at home in this world and anywhere else you're just not going to flourish.
I I don't mean to be grim, but like I don't see a life without doing this. Um I can't imagine a job that I would prefer doing to creating and performing. And I think I'd probably always be wondering what could be if I did give it up. And it's funny, that tweet that I made, it did also a lot of friends who are like, they used to do this. They would be like, "Yep, this is why I got out of it."
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that a lot, and I really do hope that these people are happier out of the industry, if it was just that sort of thing was too much for them. Um, but I want to make the distinction that it is still worth it in many ways. And just because there are things to complain about, and low points and dark times that we should talk about, it doesn't mean that as a whole I'm not grateful and still stoked to be a part of it most of the time.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it's bad to pretend everything's roses and people say toxic positivity like that. I think it's not good to filter out all the bad and just only talk about the good, because then we're not gonna things aren't really gonna change.
Yeah,
And
and for me personally, like I want everyone to go into whatever their job that they choose. I want them to go into it with their eyes open, knowing what they're getting into. Like if you go
yes,
work for Amazon
totally.
as a software engineer, it's going to be fucking hard because like that place is constant chaos and they're going to push you super 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 hard. You're going to make a lot of money
Hmm.
and you're going to have a lot of impact, but it is going to like it's not going to be fucking easy. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying anyone should or shouldn't take that job. It's just like that's what the job is.